don't know what the hell this stuff was, but they used it to also seal the collar back together. So they essentially just glued the entire thing back on. So when I went to go take it off, it didn't work.
No shit.
Didn't work.
So
we love par work.
Yeah, seriously, fucking. If Alec was here, he'd be criticizing the fuck out of that bullshit, dude. He, he's the master plumber.
One of my buddies, I sent him a video of it, and he went, "Dude, did Helen Keller fucking install your sink, bro? What happened?"
Do you think it was like the landlord, or they hired some shitty ass?
I think this was. I mean, the people that have owned our house, they've owned it for, I think they said like 7 or 8 years now. So there's a chance it was during their ownership, but we've lived there for less than a year. So I really have no way of knowing. But I mean, this looked like an old repair. Like everything was just.
What the hell? What kind of contraption?
Hold on. Before, my story's over.
Oh, okay, sorry. Before we go on, yes, again, for the third time, Billy motherfucking Ogg in the house.
The second and a half time. I was half asleep.
That's right. Yeah, you were second. Yeah,
I was sitting here.
Yeah, and then we got what camera is? There we go. We got Chris in the fucking house.
Yo.
How you doing?
What up?
This is my roommate. This is my dog.
Yeah, this is the big homie right here. Fucking. Why can't I get this camera to fucking? Oh, there you go. Talk about some bullshit. Billy has been on the show before. If you don't know who he is, fucking go back and learn. He's the man.
Dumpster fires.
Chris, like Billy said, he's his roommate, but he's also a bud tender at a well-liked dispensary here in town. I won't mention their name unless they're okay with it, but.
I think Angie'd be fine with you talking about it as long as you don't talk shit.
I mean, I know the owner of. Okay, we'll say if he yells at me, I'll take it down. But Beaver Bulls Corvallis, great company. I've known them for a long time. Fucking great people. If you're in the area, go there for sure. Albany, Corvallis, they are the shit. But yeah, this is the first time we'll have like a legit bud tender on the episode.
That's what you were saying.
So that'd be kind of cool.
Two different sides of the industry.
Yeah, I mean, dude, from the time I was thinking about today, dude, and I'm just like, fuck. Like, I've been working in this for 10 years, and I think I've probably done most of the stuff within the industry besides working in a dispensary. You know, and I think it's just the way things worked out. But it's good shit. It's definitely something that needs to be talked about because your local bud tender. I have stickers all over this table. Support your local bud tender because they support you.
I support you, Chris.
It's definitely an entry-level position compared to the rest of the industry.
How long you been into it?
I've been doing it for almost 4 years now.
Word. And it's been Beaver Bulls the entire time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like as a good bud tender, because I've had some bad ones, but I feel like, a bud tender, especially like someone who's like passionate about it, but it's like you see the customers, but you also see the back end, like the product coming in, like what's shitty product and what's good. Like, could you, like, how do you feel about, like, do you think it kind of gives you more insight on that?
Yeah, before I had no idea how it even worked whatsoever. I was barely a customer before I started working because I was all, black market, basically.
Yeah.
Selling.
Allegedly. Yeah.
And buying, really.
Yeah.
But once I kind of came around to the customer side of things and going to the dispensary every day, finding Beaver Bulls was probably the best. Like, honestly, like you said, it is well liked in this town for a reason. And all of them kind of have their problems, so it's not like it's perfect. But
no, yeah, for sure. They definitely do. But yeah.
And they come and go every single, month. It seems like another one's opening up and another one's closing down.
You talking about dispensary?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We just got another one in Albany, actually.
Yeah, like fucking in Corvallis even. It's like you look and all of a sudden a business closed down. What do you know? Another fucking dispensary shows up. But I'm like, my God. Like these
Don't they only have a limited number of how many permits they have for those?
That's exactly why. Because you have to buy someone else's business license. You can't get a new one anymore.
They
close that off. So now, someone has to go out of business or sell theirs, which I guess they're at a higher commodity now. That's kind of worth more to.
Well, I hear that with grows now, that it's easier and better for if you want to start a grow that you find one that's been shut down, you buy like their license and shit.
Right.
I actually was just talking about this today with my coworkers. It's really funny, but.
Yeah, I might get some, a little bit of hookup with it, some extra like supplies and stuff that they don't need anymore because they're not going to use it, and you'll get a deal, kind of package deal sort of thing.
Yeah,
maybe not a turnkey grow, but
right.
Well, you see some like I've seen a couple turnkey, like, they're in like Medford or way the fuck out there, but it's like you'll find full turnkey grows where it's like you just pay for the license. You pay for the building and shit, of course, but then it's like, other than that, you got like clone rooms, flower rooms, labs sometimes,
hydroponics,
fucking everything.
Okay.
But yeah, I feel like bud tending is super underappreciated because it's like, you guys got to deal, like, I worked, the closest thing I did to that was I worked at a hydro shop. It was one of my first jobs, like on paper. I was working at hydroponics, and that's like, where you're dealing with so many various groups of people. Like, you have like the old people that are like, I've been doing this since the 70s, I know what's good. And then you have the new age assholes that are like, oh, I know like what that za is all about, this stupid shit like that. But at the end of the day, it's like when you see through that, it's like, especially like as a bud tender, I feel like you see through that pretty quick, where it's just like, you may have been growing through the 70s, dog, but guess what? This isn't the 70s anymore, bitch. We got some high end shit.
Welcome to 2025. Yeah, we have weed that would put you on your dick.
Those guys just want to hear the old names.
Yeah, like fucking Jack Herrera or
Obama Kush and your Blue Dream.
Yeah, what's the other ones, like fucking Trainwreck, Northern
AK-47, White Widow.
Those ones are great. If you find a good cut of those, especially like Trainwreck, that's a great genetic.
I haven't seen any besides Obama Kush. I haven't seen any of. No, I've seen Acapulco Gold. I've seen Golden Pineapples, and I've seen Jack Herrera. But other than that, you really don't see too many of the old OG strains.
No, well, because now they're all crossed to hell.
Exactly.
You had like, cookies with the cherry pie strains.
Okay, well, fuck cookies.
And then like, but you have to give it to them. Like, they really kind of not revolutionized, but they really pushed like, your Girl Scout genetics and then your cherry genetics.
They did a lot of good for the industry, don't get me wrong, and they pushed hard for legalization, and they did a lot of good, but charging $40 for an eighth is insane.
Oh, when they tried doing that shit here in Corvallis, those guys had no idea. It's like, bro, Corvallis was way ahead of California in the regards of like the weed base.
Yeah, that cookie store here in town died so
very
fast.
Fortunate.
Very. And, like, I was thinking about it. I'm just like, man, like, because, we went.
Spoiled.
Yeah, we fucking are, dude. Like, they moved in, they had guards in front of their door, and they're trying to put these baller prices on their bud. Great bud, don't get me wrong, but you can go to, like, fucking Beaver Bulls or somewhere else and get bud that's just as good, if not better, for half, maybe 2/3 of the price.
Yeah.
And it's
even if you're buying stuff that's $14 a gram, the stuff that they were selling for that price was half the quality. If you wanted to get,
what are we talking about? Which
cookies?
One?
Cookies.
Oh yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking to say. Well, like cookies, it's all about the name.
Yeah.
And I think more people went in there and bought a hoodie or a backpack or a grinder or whatever, an accessory that was also overpriced.
That's where I bought that giant.
Because it's like Supreme. It's like the clout gear or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
And I just saw something in my Instagram ads that they pushed. Cookies dropped something with a collab with someone else, and it's all about the apparel. Nothing about the
it's all going to fashion, Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
It's.
Hey, Burner's good at making money. I'll give it to him.
I mean, for sure. You want to move the fucking RPG?
Well, I think he originally he's.
I'm blinded by the light here.
He's the name behind a lot of these strains that we smoke today.
Yeah.
So like the London Pound Cake.
Yeah.
Apparently it's
London
his
Pound
strain
Cake
originally.
And then you have like
the Girl Scout cookies was his strain
I
originally.
knew that. Yeah.
But now everyone can. It's almost public domain now.
Yeah.
Someone got a cut of it or someone got a seed and
It's not hard to get a seed when you buy enough weed.
No, seriously, and it's all buying clones too. Or if you're like, for instance, like some of the genetics, like when they were selling that shit here in cookies, all that stuff was grown out of Portland. they had the rights to the genetics.
Oh, okay.
And so some of those motherfuckers probably snuck some clones out or something. It's like,
how couldn't they?
I mean, maybe not. Maybe they had it more under lock and key, but it's like somebody's gonna that's the classic story.
It's not hard to hide a seed.
No,
if you're leaving a building.
A clone, you can hide a clone in your fucking pocket if you're good at it.
Sure, but I mean that would also, like you were talking about security. I imagine a grow op run by a brand like Cookies probably wouldn't get away with leaving with an entire plant.
Yeah, what the fuck was the name? It wasn't Resin Ranchers. It was it was another like big. Resin Ranch is pretty big, but they're out of Portland. They were responsible for it.
Yeah.
But high end,
exactly.
So
getting a seed out of there might
was
be
it
one
a clone also a company or?
I don't know. I'm not sure.
I know of Archive, and that's a very high end. Like they have very good genetics.
It's on the tip of my tongue.
Is that a grow op?
They sell clones.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they have. I believe they have like dispensaries.
Is it like your weed nursery, so to speak?
Yeah, I believe. Well, it's kind of both. Yeah, I know.
I mean, I imagine a place like that you could also buy raw
people
flower.
That go from here to there just for the clones.
Oh wow, okay.
And they're not cheap.
Well, I mean, a place like that,
and it's not promised that you're gonna have anything fruit from it. You have to
still
put in the
promised.
work.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. No. That's the one thing is, sometimes you'll have that. Like for instance, last year I got some clones from my boss. I grew them; they're fucking great. But then my one buddy or my coworker, he grew some, and they ended up hermitated out on it. Hermaphrodited out and seeded and shit.
Yeah.
And there's just so much. If you stress it, you put it in the wrong soil.
Put it outdoors.
You don't harden it off.
Your neighbor has one too. And
that too. That's the one thing, dude. Is like I remember that was a problem. Way back when it was still just medical days, that there was this farm somewhere in the Medford area, I think it was, but they had a whole fucking crop seed out. And people were like getting pissed because Medford's pretty fucking big for grows and shit. And
in the places you permit all those farms to happen, there's only so much room, and because of how many grows they have, they're all going to be right fucking next to each other.
Yeah, and then so one of them hermitated and seeded out, and so literally like, there was a couple years where like the black market pounds you were finding, like, at least I was coming from that area, they were finding seeds and shit in it because it was just pollen. Pollen travels for miles. It'll literally go for depending on the situation, it'll go for miles. It's pretty impressive.
Yeah,
Mother Nature is crazy.
Even if it doesn't, I mean, there's always bees.
Yep. Bees, fucking even like some birds sometimes. Yeah, fucking. Weed is a pretty attractive plant to insects and animals.
Yeah, it is.
What's funny is way back in the day when I first started growing, I was fucking growing in the woods and, in upstate New York, if you're going to twist my arm.
Ow.
But one of the biggest problems I had for pests was actually not bugs at all. It was fucking deer. Because, I was growing in, you're high in your plants, you're growing in the woods. And fucking, I would put them in grain bags on the ground, and literally half the time it would just be deer coming up and eating the leaves and shit.
No fucking way.
Deer.
Do deer get high when they eat the plant?
Well, a lot of times when they ate it, it was when they were vegging, so there was no real THC even there yet. And so it's like, but yeah, like around here, you have mites, mold, you got fucking, living in the valley's a pain in the fucking. Anybody that's grown here knows that the valley is a bitch to grow in, dude.
But the weed that does come out of here that's good is fire.
Tremendous. Yeah, and that's the outdoor. I'm still a huge proponent on outdoor flower. If it's grown right, organic, you take care of it.
Our buddy Jake has made some crazy good outdoor.
Yeah, oh man. Like, I don't care. Like, you can have this indoor, frosty as hell, looks beautiful and whatnot. Sometimes it just doesn't hit the same as like a good organic outdoor flower. I firmly believe that.
When Mother Nature is involved in making something, it's always going to be better. Like you can make anything you want in a lab or in a greenhouse or whatever, and I'm sure it'll turn out fantastic. But there's just something about it coming from the earth itself.
Speaking of old heads that come in and say, "Oh, this is the way." That's the recent old head that's come in and said, "If you like grow with artificial light, you're getting artificial THC, you're getting artificial weed. That's why he only grows outdoors, apparently." And I'm like, I don't grow, but I'll take your word for it.
Yeah, I guess that now you say that, I do kind of contradict myself there by saying it's better, but it's like, I guess, like, my thought process on it, like, it's better in certain ways. It's not all around better.
If you're going for flavor, I've found indoor is the way to go.
Indoor, you can get some pretty dank flavor.
Yeah.
But I think sometimes,
and that might have to do with airflow. Well, it
also could be the purity of your nutrients. So if you're using a high-end fertilizer line,
or hydroponic.
Or hydro. Like,
well, I think the other thing to consider about is the bud itself isn't getting any foreign material on it at all. The air in those rooms is scrubbed.
Yeah, it's all air scrub.
You're not getting.
Speaking of, you want to turn that knob up over there? Sorry. That's speaking of air scrubbers.
Yeah, I'll turn your knob up anyway.
Scrub our
air. But you're not going to get any cross pollination. You're not going to get any dust from the air. You're not going to get any bugs. I mean, it's the cleanest.
It's also like the control.
Possible.
You're controlling the oxygen, the CO2,
temperature, humidity.
Yeah,
if there's a specific environment for that plant to grow in, you can create it.
Yeah,
there's no variables.
You can go as long as you want on veg until you want to flower.
Yeah. When I did hydro, that was one that I did deep water culture, and so you can increase your sugar and your oil production by, like, for instance, say you kind of imitate when it goes into fall time, like harvest season. You lower your physical air temperature down, your humidity, you decrease that, but you also, because they're suspended in buckets of water, you lower the water temperature down. And what that does is it doesn't like shock the plant, but it makes it think like, oh, it's getting cold as fuck out. The reason why pot produces bud and the oils it does is to keep itself warm long enough to reproduce at the end of the year.
Oh, really?
So it's kind of protecting itself with that. And so what triggers that is your light change, but also your temperature changes and shit like that. And so if you exploit those properly, you can get it to increase resin production. Not yield necessarily, but yeah, it's just like the tightness of your bud, resin productions, and colors too.
Does resin production correlate to THC percentage?
Kind of. I don't know enough to answer that, but I think it does.
Or is it just better for a hash?
It's better for making hash for sure. But in that regard, like, I don't know if the percentages, like, there's definitely more resin on the plant. I don't know if that necessarily makes the THC higher or if it's just more concentrated, but it's I've never had it tested to know. But it's anyway, my point being is, like, that's another advantage of indoors. You could focus those variables and really get dial in. If you know that strain, you can really exploit it pretty well. Versus like outdoor, you're at the mercy of whatever the fuck Mother Nature does.
Yeah.
But that comes down to knowing your strain, knowing either your soil or your hydro, but yeah.
I would do an outdoor if I could, but in our lease we can't even do outdoor.
Yeah, I mean, we're technically not allowed to do it here, but
we
do it anyway.
My landlords translate this. We definitely don't smoke on the property.
Yeah. No, allegedly. It's all allegedly.
Yeah, we
all
go out to the
allegedly. So, like, in bud tending, like, how do you start that? Like, you have to get a license, right? Like a handler's permit or something?
It's separate from the alcohol one because...
Right.
Yeah, you have to go and do another test, and it's like another $100 or so. But it's good for 5 years, so it's not too bad.
And then so once you get that, you can just go to a dispensary and apply and be like, hey, I want to be a bud tender. Is there any preferred experience?
So when I started, it was COVID.
Right, okay.
And during COVID, there was a lot of really weird laws that people created. Not people, but I guess, the
legislature.
Yeah, legislature.
Yeah.
So one of them was I was allowed to work without a license as long as it was pending.
Right, yeah.
So I got the job first. I did my interview first. I had a word put in for me, so it was kind of, already set that I was gonna start working there pretty much as long as everything went well.
Yeah.
And then as soon as I was okayed on the job, I finished my test, and so I was pending. I stayed pending for probably 6 to 8 months.
Wow.
So
Yeah.
I didn't even have my license, but
dude, imagine
because
if they
of the
didn't
laws,
let you work while pending. Like, imagine if the law didn't help you with that.
Yeah, and I think during that time we had it a little bit different to where we had a 2 bud tender, 1 front counter person setup. So I basically only worked front counter and checked IDs, which I was already comfortable doing with liquor and alcohol before.
Oh, so you were...
I came from the alcohol side of things.
Okay, so that's probably a good preemptive experience to get in.
It's
We're
the
both
same
service
thing.
industry guys.
Yeah, well,
It's the same thing as far as checking IDs, looking for fakes, and
Have you ever...
turning people down if they're intoxicated.
Oh, really?
So we're not allowed to serve anyone who's intoxicated on alcohol.
Right. Is there... I would imagine there's a policy for that with weed. Like, could you go into a dispensary too high? Like, is that a thing? Or would you have...
That's what we always wonder, too. We've heard you can't be too intoxicated, but how intoxicated isn't too intoxicated? So it's always kind of using your best judgment. I guess if someone came in there really stupid and said, "Oh man, dude, where's my car? I got way too stoned right before I came in here. I ripped the Benjamin like 14 times, and I don't know what my last name is anymore."
What's your birthday? I don't know, brother.
That's another thing. We always ask what's their birthday, and it's kind of like, if you don't know your birthday, then maybe you shouldn't be buying this.
Hold on. As somebody who's, knocking on 30's door, I don't get asked my birthday very often at all. Depending on the day, I might have to think about it.
We know that.
We
give plenty of time, but like if you don't know it, that's different.
Give me.
I've had
3 to
people
5
with
seconds.
like pee kind of running down their leg know their birthday.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, and I'm not even kidding. Like, one of our locations is in a bad part of town, and we have to serve many.
You talking about the one next to the train tracks?
Yeah.
Oh man, fuck that neighbor, dude. She's such a cunt.
Oh, that's the one here in downtown, right?
Downtown adjacent.
Yeah.
But
We're right next to City Hall.
Right, yeah.
That's pretty fucking downtown.
Yeah.
you're also across the street from a soup kitchen.
I'm just glad we're a block away.
What
from
kind of soup kitchen? I'm just kidding.
Good soup.
The kind that
Sunday,
serves
Mondays.
all of the homeless people and let them camp out in the parking lot in front of the front door.
They'll serve anyone.
Yeah.
I've tested it.
No shit.
I mean, soup kitchens don't turn anybody down.
I get out of there at 6 on Sunday, and I'm hungry.
Damn, dude. Soup's good. I was just talking to the bartender.
Hey, my
about-
taxes are paying for it.
Fuck it. Yeah, eat that shit,
They
dude.
they do tacos sometimes too. They do all sorts of food. It's not just soup.
Fucking A, dude.
They just don't cook the tortillas. They give you 2 raw tortillas with the toppings on it. So
Oh,
that was the one thing I'm like, I'd like to complain to the chef.
bullshit.
Senor!
Shit. Yeah, fucking. So you start working there. Like, do they just put you right at, like, is there like a training, or they put you right at the counter and they're like, all right, here you go? Like,
So yeah, when I started, I guess it was a little bit of training and stuff. Just learning the product, learning kind of what other people do and watching.
okay.
But now things have changed a lot. We've had a little bit quicker turnover, and we don't have as many people working at a time. It's just 2 bud tenders usually, and then like a manager.
Well,
So-
the owners are really good about filling in and being on site in case there isn't enough people, too.
Right.
They're really good about being there if people need the help.
Yeah, and it seems like, with like college kids leaving and, being a college town and stuff like that, we always have rotating staff.
Right.
They're here and then they leave for the summer or whatever, and then sometimes they even come back. But
I was about to ask if you guys had the return people that just leave for a couple of months, because I definitely have. I'm waiting on 2 or 3 people to come back for the school
we
year.
try not to, just because, we don't
It's not
like
worth
to.
it.
We don't like to rely on that.
That's
We never
fair.
know if they're gonna come back too. And
I usually hire them for the year before I let them do that.
we do have like a really good group of people that have been there for well over 4 years. So
Yeah.
those people are like what everyone calls the OGs.
No
yeah.
shit.
Love them all dearly.
Dude, yeah. I remember, like, when I first went into Beaver Bowls, and I'm just like, man, this place is just like a fucking house. Like, what the fuck? But
I
it's
mean,
got-
isn't it literally a converted home?
Yeah, it used to be a hairdresser before that. She had it, and I think she might have lived in the back, but I'm not.
yeah, because it's got that whole parking area in the back of it. It's
Yeah,
pretty fucking big back
There's
there.
like some like urban legend going around, even among the employees, that someone was murdered in the front. want to, but it's not true.
Huh.
I don't think it's true.
I mean, I'm sure there'd be a city archive file on it if there was. There's not too many killings that happen in Corvallis.
Well, on top of that,
Oregon.
I was standing outside and unapproached, untempted. Like, I didn't say anything about this story. A man walked up to me at 10 o'clock at night right after I locked the door. And I'm standing next to my coworker, so I'm not too scared. But he's like, hey, you work there? And I'm like, yeah, I do. And he brings up the whole story. And he said how she got arrested. She didn't die.
Oh.
Yeah, she was like tweaking and she broke into the hairdresser's place of business and she cut herself. She was bleeding, but she didn't die. And that was the big urban legend. Like every time you hear a sound around the store, especially at night, it's the lady that died in the front.
But she didn't die. She just was an idiot.
Well, it's super scary when you're just like two bud tenders at 10 o'clock at night closing up the place. And
you hear the floors creaking or something.
Dude, I'm convinced that my work is haunted. Where are my keys?
I wouldn't be surprised if it was haunted before that, though.
Yeah, well, a lot of these places were built in, like, what, the 1960s?
Earlier.
Before
some of
it was
these buildings
Corvallis.
are from the 30s.
Fucking, I'll look it up really quick. But like,
it was called Marysville before Corvallis.
But so while you're looking that up, I'm fully convinced that this dude Larry that's on the key for my work, I'm fully convinced he is haunting the back of house because.
Wait, so your key is haunting or the?
I'm convinced.
Larry.
Well, if you look on the key, it says Larry's on it.
Oh, it does.
Yeah, and I'm convinced that that's the dude that's in haunting my kitchen. I think
you might be haunted by do not duplicate.
Jack, correct me if I'm wrong. We still have yet to say where I work, right? We're still.
We never said the name, but
yeah,
if you're okay with,
no, we're keeping it that way. Okay. I wanted to make sure that we were still.
I don't think so, but no.
I remember I was half asleep for the last episode.
No,
So
I mean you didn't say much in the first one. We just left the name out, but
yeah, I think I'm gonna keep it that way.
All right, but the answer this is very broad answer. But it says downtown Corvallis, which is about where this place
20s,
is.
Though.
It's the 1920s. It traces back to Marysville. With in the early 1900s, with the demolition of older structures and the construction of new buildings. So, like,
well, at one point, Corvallis was actually across the river before they built the bridge. That's where the original city started.
Like right where the fucking tweet camp is, right there across.
I couldn't tell you where exactly, but
we used to be the capital of Oregon.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, Marysville was the capital of Oregon before Salem.
Oh,
no
neat.
shit.
Insane, right?
Yeah. What the fuck?
Yeah.
You know, I kind of, Corvallis kind of gives that vibe more than Salem. Like, you go into Salem and, like...
Yeah, Salem gives the vibe
look at
I
our
need to watch out for poop on the sidewalk.
Yeah, the courthouse.
Which
and,
also was the jail. Which, if you go downstairs, like, to the place where the marriage paperwork gets taken care of, that used to be the jail. You could still see the windows with bars on them.
No shit.
I was down there once when I was a kid. Yeah, he's right. Wow. I didn't remember that until you just said it. That brought up that little thing. That's cool.
Yeah. No shit. But yeah.
Because that's just like a secretary's office down there, right? It's just like a floor of desks.
Yeah. It is. There's just a bunch of desks.
I remember going down there for when Shelby and I did our...
Yeah, you go to the little computer, and you're like, sit there, or you stand there together, and you like figure out, okay, what last name do we want?
Yeah,
exactly.
I
did the same thing.
Wait, you guys can both change your last name in that thing?
You can do whatever you want.
Yeah.
You can do whatever
wild,
you want.
Dude.
They just leave you in there to type in whatever you want as your last name.
It's pretty crazy.
It's insane.
Sure, and I hope my future wife doesn't see that I know
You're like,
this.
I'm going to name myself.
Yeah. No, but like, you can smell, like, you go in old buildings, you can smell the age, like, you know what I mean? Like, you smell, like, I don't know if it's like the stain in the wood. Yeah, sorry, that chair's a little jacked
You're
up.
fine. I'm just gonna sit.
Gonna replace these two.
Lounge style.
Sorry about that.
That chair's low key comfy though. I've taken a few naps in it.
Most of the time,
I can see why, because you're like sitting like this. You're like, all right, so what was that again, Jack?
Half the time, like that chair, I had to rip apart and fix before the last podcast because everyone who was coming in was like, dude, this chair is. And I blame Caleb. He fucking decimated that chair.
I watched Caleb jump into this seat.
That poor chair has seen.
Did you know Caleb Barnes?
I didn't know him personally. I only knew his cousin.
Easy above 300 for 90% of his life. Maybe not 90. 70% of his life he was above 300 pounds. He's large and in charge.
Huh. Keep going. I gotta fix this.
Yeah, no, you're good, bro.
I gotta fix this camera.
Yeah, I can't relate ever.
Yeah.
I've just hit 130 for the like max weight of my life.
Oh wow. Yeah, I was that in the 8th grade. But I'm
Yeah,
also
I
a
was
foot
like
taller than you. Though.
100 pounds in the 8th grade.
Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, heaviest I ever got to was like, I think 230, 240 at one point. That was when I had a big drinking problem.
Yeah, that's what my actually.
Dude,
my
you used to have
parents-
quite the belly on you, dude. Yeah.
Yeah, back when I was like 19, 20. No, not quite 19, like 20, 21, right before I started bouncing. Because that was when I quit drinking for a while. That was a large part of me losing weight. Well, that and discovering cocaine. that was the beginning of a 5-year addiction. I lost a ton of weight.
My parents would always say, "Drink more beer, gain some weight." Like, you'll get a beer gut at least you'll gain some weight. They were worried about me. They were telling me, at least drink beer. Like, I don't know what you're doing if you're just drinking vodka
Chris,
and
here's the
throwing
thing:
up.
is I see you eat. You don't eat like a 130-pound person. Your metabolism just never slowed down.
Yeah, I'm always really warm.
You still
Are
have
you-
the metabolism of a 17-year-old. I'm not kidding.
Really
Dude.
warm.
I knew people that were like, they weigh like 100
burning
fucking pounds, and they could just fucking eat and eat and eat.
She eats the same size meals I
crazy,
do.
and then like eat a whole. I knew this girl, Katie. If she's watching, shout out. She knows who she is.
I saw it.
She fucking literally like we'd go and she would eat like half a pizza, a bunch of wings, some drink,
Yeah.
like
And a pitcher of beer.
Hell
and
yeah.
it's like she lost weight. Well, no, at that time he couldn't drink alcohol yet, but it was like Pepsi.
That's why you
but-
get the hot wings, because you burn it off. As
yeah,
you eat it.
and she would just like take it. I'm like, motherfucker. Like, I wish I could fucking do that.
That
shit.
reminds me of the scene from White Chicks where Terry Crews is taking the detective out to dinner. Oh, do you want the salad? No, I
think
will
I
have
want
the
the
ribs and the steak.
I remember the.
Some of that.
Bin Laden has entered the chat. Or what was it? Obama been smoking, dude.
Oh,
Shit.
I heard Obama been token, not Obama been smoking.
Fuck.
Saddam Hussein's hiding place.
Saddam Hussein. Dude, fucking, did you watch that, sorry to go off topic
No,
here, but,
it's a podcast.
there was that Joe Rogan episode where he had Shrek, that dude who was like a fucking super marine, and he like went into Saddam's, not Bin Laden, but Saddam's fucking compound, and I'm like, do you ever see that one?
Shit, maybe, dude. I've seen a couple hundred
Well,
of his podcasts.
long
at this
story
point.
short, it's this dude who infiltrated Saddam's compound. You know, he ended up meeting like his women and all this shit. Like, and there was a guy.
Wait, women or goats?
I'm gonna cut that out. No racist hit. I'm just kidding. But like, he got fucking Saddam.
It's Saddam Hussein. It's
He
not
got
really racism.
He got Saddam's like bowler hat because he used to wear like one of those bowler hat fucking things, and he
What
brought
was
it.
he born in Jersey?
Yeah, basically, he was a fucking Middle Eastern gangster, bro. But like,
I mean,
yeah,
yeah.
it's just crazy to think that someone just like, oh, I'm gonna take Saddam's hat, and then he brought it on his podcast, and he's like, here, try it on. Saddam Hussein wore this fucking thing.
That reminds me of when Tom Segura, I think it was Tom Segura, gave Bert Kreischer
Hitler
Hitler's teacup. He's like, there is a 99.8% chance that
Hitler
drank from that cup. And you just see him fucking holding this Nazi grail.
Hitler.
Well, pass that thing, Priest.
Fucking Caleb, he showed me that video. He's like, dude, have you seen this? I'm like, no. And he shows it to me. He's like, bro, if I had their kind of money, he's like, if I had their kind of money, that's the kind of shit I would do to you. I was like, you buy me a Hitler fucking cup, dude.
Oh,
Like,
dude, if I had comedy money, oh yeah, because like comedians I know make like pretty good money, but they're not.
I mean, if you're
You don't have these people making $900 million a year doing stand up.
no, I mean like
No, I mean I have no doubt that several of these people are millionaires, but
they're definitely millionaires. I mean, Tom Segura, Bert Kreischer, they got money.
yeah, for sure. Joe Rogan, I mean,
they
holy
gave
shit.
him what was it, like $300 million to join Spotify. They offered him, I think, is what it was. But yeah, anyway, fucking just crazy shit.
I wonder how much they make per like view though after that.
Well, on YouTube, I at least I know on YouTube, it's like if you get over 1,000 subscribers, and then you get a certain amount of views per episode, then it's not a lot, but like you have to have a lot of volume, a lot of traffic, and you also want to spread it out.
It's not paying the bills, but that plus 6 other podcasts that they do, and
Yeah, and they're also running ads, so you're making most of your money off of ads.
All that ad revenue. Then, yeah.
Which sucks because we all hate ads, but it's like if you want to do this, like, I mean, I'm not doing it yet, but like, it's if you want to make some real money on the side of it, you kind of have to run ads, and it's just like it sucks, but that's just the unfortunate reality of it. But
what I end up doing, which I don't recommend all the time because it's great to have ad revenue, is just end up skipping the ads when you can. If it's part of the baked-in process and I'm already paying for ad-free Spotify, I feel like
if I'm paying for that here's the thing is if it's already integrated into their podcast, they've already made all of the money on that ad.
Yeah,
they just want you to hear it. So once you listen to enough of a podcast, you kind of know who their sponsors are, and you might be interested in those ads. Or
you've heard it 100 times.
Exactly. So you already know what the advertising is. But sometimes when I'm going to sleep, I'm not going to pay attention enough to my phone to skip an ad. So I'm going to listen to that shit every single time.
That's what they're banking on.
The more time. Yeah,
that's fine. I got a 45-minute timer. As long as you can get one ad in there, I'll listen to it.
Like at work, I'll put my phone down if I'm listening to a podcast, and then it's
I ain't touching it.
I'll mostly if it's right there, then I'll skip through the ad. But otherwise, I'll just turn the volume down and just deal with it.
I got raw meat on my hands half the time. I don't want to touch my phone.
Yeah, fair enough.
I got enough grease on them as it is, dude. Yeah. But in the morning, if I'm prepping, which is pretty much the only time I listen to a podcast at work, I usually will prep beef, chicken, and bacon. And that's, somebody who's fast can do it all in 2 hours. I might be the manager, but I'm not the fastest guy that works there. So it takes me about 3. I can usually have all of the meat prep done in 3 hours. If it's like a Friday or a Saturday. Because I got to do 4 pans of beef, 40 balls per pan. And then bacon, I'm doing anywhere from those giant, sheet pans like this. I'll do 4 of those in the oven, and I'll have to do anywhere from 4 to 7 loads of those. And individually putting 20 to 25 pieces of bacon on each of those pans is a lot of fucking time.
Yeah. So, okay, never mind.
No, what you got?
All right, this is not.
We're going off topic again.
Okay,
it's fine.
Yeah. Cooking bacon, I've had arguments with people where it's like, you throw them on the sheet in the oven, you cook them faster and more that way versus doing a bunch of pans on the stovetop. What do you think?
So there was a portion in time where our oven was broken, and there was about 4 prep days where we had to do all of our bacon on our flat top. Our flat top's probably half.
Oh yeah, you have a griddle, right?
We have a giant stainless steel just sheet of metal that we have 3 big burners.
That's
under.
different, yeah.
Yeah, it's a giant stainless steel flat top, but it's almost half the size of this table, maybe a little bit shorter and narrower, but. If we did all of our bacon on that, we're doing almost the amount of bacon that one of those pans holds, and we're not doing it in 15 minutes. It's taking way longer to do it. We're flipping all of it by hand. We don't flip the bacon in the oven, and we're doing 4 pans at a time. So what would take me 15 minutes in the oven is going to take me at least an hour and 15 minutes to do on the grill.
So even on the
and that's one load. Huh. So, and in my opinion, it doesn't turn out as good because none of your bacon's going to cook the same as it's all going to be inconsistent as the cooking goes on.
Gotcha.
Your grill's never going to stay the same the entire cook process.
Yeah, sorry, I know it's a stupid question.
No, you're totally fine. I have no problem explaining this
stuff.
You'd be amazed how many questions I get at work that are way, way less thought processing than that. I had somebody ask me, how do we make a grilled ham and cheese? And that's sad. Well, no, it's not sad. They wanted to know how we did it exactly, and I'm like, all right, cool, I'll show it to you. His name was Jesse. Jesse, if you're watching this, I hope you understand that we all talk shit about you. Anyway, I showed him how to do it. We butter toast, we throw it on the grill, and at the time we had a really shitty salamander, which for those of you that don't know, a salamander is just a broiler you put stuff into. And we would melt the cheese on the grill where the toast is toasting, and then put it in the salamander to finish, because the salamander just took forever. But now we have a new one, so all we do is just toast it, throw cheese on, broil it, call it good. I had to explain to him how to make... while it's in the broiler, you're grilling a piece of ham. Sorry. We had to explain this to him 7 times. Me and my assistant manager actually talked for like a half an hour and figured out between the two of us how many times we had to teach him how to do this. How the fuck does it take 7 times to learn how to make a goddamn ham and cheese sandwich? I will never understand. Like I don't mind asking or people asking really, really simple questions that you would think are just, nothing but a thought to some people. I don't mind answering any question. I hate answering the same fucking question 7 times.
Yeah, I
fucking hate that. Especially when I make you make it. I will make one in front of you, and then I will make you make the next one in front of me every single time. So I have watched you make 7 of them at this point, and you're still gonna ask me how to make them? I don't understand. But stuff like that happens all the time.
Some people aren't cut out for being a bud tender.
This
if
guy
you're
was
dealing with stoners, they're gonna ask you 7 times.
Oh,
okay.
Every single customer, 7 times.
Fair enough.
It's like it's the worst.
Oh, mind you, this guy said he was a shift lead at Applebee's. That was on his resume when he got the job. So either he lied to me, or what the fuck, Applebee's.
I've heard some crazy stories too. Probably not ones that I can remember right off the top of my skull, but it was some crazy stuff that I heard on usually late night shifts from people that you wouldn't believe. Either the way they're dressed or the way that they acted. I had one guy come in and he I asked him for his ID, and instead of his ID, he started emptying out pills, like canisters, and dumping out the powder all over my glass countertops.
No. Oh, shit.
And then when I kicked him out, he pulled out a sharp dab tool and held it above his head, like he was going to stab me with it. And I just grabbed his wrist at that point. I was like, you know what? Either I grab his wrist and he sues me for it, or I get stabbed right now.
I'm kicking him in the balls so fucking hard. I'm making this guy puke.
He was so out of it. He had this look of like he saw through me rather than looked at me.
Yeah, dude's probably fucking high on bath salts or some shit.
So yeah,
you work across the street from a soup kitchen, bro. You know they're smoking.
This was in Albany.
Okay, you have a pawn shop across the street from you. You're right next to
a library.
Okay.
Yeah. Or like a bookstore.
Every library I know usually has homeless people out by it.
No, it's a bookstore. A bookstore.
Oh.
Yeah, you have to buy them.
All right, so that kind of leads into a question, like maybe not the craziest thing, but it's like I will always have to tell people, and I've been dealing with this the past fucking couple weeks, but like, I'm not vouching to get anybody a fucking, I don't care if you're my best friend or whatever, like just some people, I don't want to get, and especially in the weed business, because the problem is with fucking like weed is people like, oh, you can go in, it's cool, laid back, you fuck around, and they'll get it as work. I was like, this is fucking work. This isn't just some bullshit job. Like, you have to bust your fucking ass. Like, whether you're growing, bud tending, this ain't no bullshit. So, like, I'm sure you've probably had your fair share of people that just got in thinking, like, it's just chilling, man. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, not only that, but customers think that we go in the back and start smoking.
Oh, I bet.
And, like, people who don't know,
aren't you guys committing a felony if you smoke on the property, technically?
I don't know if it's a felony, but, like, we are not allowed to get high at work. We are not allowed to be high at work. Like, we have to be stone cold
I don't
sober.
remember who it was, but I remember.
I know more bartenders that break that rule than bartenders.
Yeah, but as far as that's concerned, there's a lot of loopholes around drinking at work where you can justify it, and
not in the weed industry.
I'm not saying I do. I don't
either.
I am not somebody who is an alcoholic. I fire people who get drunk at work, but. Sampling product is a legitimate thing. Some people take it way too far.
Yeah, what the hell is that thing, dude?
I'm sorry. We can't even sample product. So
you were asking about that earlier.
Oh, yeah. Fucking...
No, you gotta... that's the interesting thing. Not the thing he's smoking. The thing that he's fucking...
Right here?
That's the cool thing. Check that out.
Yeah, hold that up to the camera real quick, that one. Just like, I don't even know if people can even see what the hell it is. It's like a heating element with like is that hash in that or flour?
Yeah, it's just flour.
Oh, it's like vaping flour. Okay.
Yeah, this is just the heater. It's an induction heating element. and then it has this is all like stainless steel.
What the
But
fuck?
yeah, it heats up the tip there that has flour in it.
Somebody who wouldn't know like what that is or whatever look at that and be like, that's a crack stem. Like, dude, fucking.
Dude, I found that sitting on the workbench in the garage at one point. I'm just like, what the fuck are you doing in here, bro? He's like, dude, you want to try it? I'm like, I don't know. Do I?
Do you want to hit?
Fuck yeah, dude.
It's so clean,
you
dude.
go full Hunter
The
Biden.
carb is right there on the side.
It's so clean.
Full Hunter Biden right now, dude.
Roll it.
It's really clean.
Roll your. Yeah. There you go.
You don't have to roll it. He just wants to make you look like a tweaker.
It's going. That's.
How's that?
I definitely bit off more than I could chew, but that's good.
Yeah, and for like such a tiny little device.
Yeah. That's
Actually,
awesome.
It's meant to be heated with a butane torch. But
For
that
how
even
hard
looks
that hit,
worse.
isn't that clean?
You know, I used to have not a volcano, but I had like one of the fucking ghetto ones where it's like, it was like this mount with a glass on glass piece with a straw off the top, and it had like a temp gauge,
Right.
And it had a ceramic element in there.
Find a picture of it, eh?
Oh man, I don't even know how to look this up. Fucking, I'll just
Ghetto vaporizer bag?
Look up the
Yeah, you know.
Airizer Solo.
It's there's a lot of them that were built the same, but it was just a simple. Let's see, images.
Like that?
No,
Oh.
no. I'm just gonna just type in like. I'm sure I'll find something. Just vapor. Okay, it was like this, but instead of being
Oh, yeah,
at
I
an
had one of
angle, it
those.
was up, and so you put the weed in there. Let's see if I can get a closer look at this.
I had one of those before.
Yeah, so you put the bud in there, and you set your temperature. You let it warm up, and then you hit it, and it literally tastes just like that. You know, because at that point
But
you're
way harder to use. I remember I was
you
like,
have to rip on it. And
you really have to rip on it, and like you have to fill it up with enough at the
Well,
time.
yeah, you're
this is like a
fucking pulling through a
microdose
foot and a
unit.
half of tube.
So you see that clear slot, you put the bud in there, and then the element is there at the base, and then there's a screen in here, and then you just rip it, and you have to hit it hard enough to where the heating element is heating the bud thorough. And it works, but yeah, it takes a lot of work, and the benefit is because you're not technically burning the bud, right? You're just you're vaping the THC off of it.
I have another one that's probably about $200, but I don't like it as much as this one. This one's sub $100.
Yeah, that's way more kick-ass. Look at this. They want almost
$100 for that and the element thing?
No, the element is $100, but you
Okay.
can use this with just a butane torch or even a Bic lighter.
Yeah, but with the butane torch, I remember you talking about it staining it and looking
And it's
like
probably
shit.
hard to control the temperature, I'd imagine.
Yeah.
It's all learning curve.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's even.
It
like,
definitely is easier when you have a device but you still have to listen for a little click because it'll click when it's ready.
No shit.
Oh, dude,
Yeah,
my
like, I have to
deaf
take off
ass
one of
can
my
hear
ears.
it, bro.
To
just to
hear
be able
it.
to hear it.
Yeah.
Jack,
See if you can hold
listen.
up to the microphone.
Oh, are those super sensitive?
I mean, it's loud enough,
I'll shut up.
but
You can hear it burning. That's it.
Yeah.
Holy shit! That actually worked.
Yeah.
That was fucking cool.
that's when you know it's ready and it's at the temp.
Yeah,
did you
dude,
hear it
it's-
burning? It was like.
I kind of heard that, but dude, do you have any idea the patience you have to have as a stoner with ADHD to stop and listen for that? Because all you want to do is say something.
Honestly, I love just tech and shit like that. So I'll get really high and just get.
I should
really,
have brought the $200 one then because that's really
Shit.
technical. It's all electronic.
I love
and
that stuff,
You load
dude.
the oven on the bottom. It's the PAX 2 if you want to look it up.
Oh, the PAX 2. That one. Okay, I think
There's some Easter eggs on it. You can play Simon Says on it.
Yep,
While you're
yeah.
getting high.
I
It's
had
kinda crazy.
the original PAX like just pod pen.
There you go.
Oh,
from
and that's
at
the
bottom.
PAX was sick. I had a friend with that, and I was like, I can't wait until. And so when the PAX 2 was on sale, I got it on what's called a Mass Drop, which is still a website right now, but they're more into audio stuff.
Oh,
But
okay.
me and like 250 people all bought a big shipment of them and got like a deal on it.
No
So
way.
it was only $120.
God damn it.
Is that the thing that has the little pucks?
Yeah.
Look,
Yeah,
I
dude. I remember seeing those around, and I'm like, what the fuck are these things? I thought they were smoker pellets at first.
These are just the
Those are the PAX pods. Yeah,
the pods.
I have like 6 Era batteries.
Yeah, I have so many Eras.
So many.
Oh yeah, but how many of them did you get from work?
That's exactly what I got.
But the thing is
You get so many like free things from being.
Oh
a
my!
bartender.
Oh dude, yeah. Tell them about Gomer.
okay, so my buddy Gomer, who's going to be on in a couple months, he's a tender down in California, and he fucking, because there's also stuff when it gets over to a certain shelf life, they have to get rid of it, and a lot of times they have to actually dispose of it. But there's some situations where they just give it to the tenders.
Yeah.
But dude, he's hooked me up where he's just had bags of flour, dabs, vapes, like all sorts of crazy shit.
And not just like regular shit. Like a lot of this stuff, you look it up, and these are like
pretty high
top
end.
shelf fucking carts and shit. Fucking $15 a gram flour, like insane shit.
Yeah, it's pretty high end. Pull out right there in that cabinet right there on the left.
We though in Oregon
No, not the
are
cabinet.
very,
that top
like I said,
cubby.
spoiled.
On the left, there's that battery. You'll see it's that golden.
Oh yeah,
Dude, I don't have any pods.
the
for
Optimus Prime.
Show him that thing, dude.
This
It's
thing
just
is
a battery,
sweet.
but it's so fucking cool, dude. Yeah, that's one of. It's like their own
The
exclusive.
pods in it make it look like a fucking transformer.
It's literally
dude.
a
It's so
Decepticon,
cool.
dude. It's so ridiculous.
Every time we passed it, can I see the Optimus Prime?
Optimus Prime, dude. Wait, Autobots, my bad.
No, we said Optimus.
Well, no, at first I said it looks like a Decepticon, but I got
Are
it
you
wrong.
on the
Oh,
east
word.
or the west coast? I'm on the left coast.
The left coast.
Shout out those guys. They make a cool looking fucking dab pen.
The fucking. So, when you're. Okay, so it's definitely not a stoner, like, you have to work. Like, let's say you're getting.
It's not professional though either. It's not super professional.
There's a fine line, like a balance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely we're safe overall.
Yeah, and that's the thing is you kind of want that. Like, as a customer going to dispensary, if I walk in and, like, y'all are wearing suits and shit.
No, yeah,
or,
we're gonna be in there. Like, there's strains that are called Poontang Pie and Pink Pussy
Poontang
Eater.
Pie. Gas.
So I
fire.
can't be wearing a tuxedo and selling you the Pink Pussy Eater, the Poontang
The
Pie.
pink pussy, dude, that's hilarious.
This guy over here will tell you over anyone. He is so jealous how I dress when I go to work. I wear some.
This motherfucker wore
Board shorts.
cheeseburger socks and slides to work the other night. Oh, yeah. I have to wear. I go through 5 pairs of shoes a year working in the kitchen.
Yeah, I got out of the food industry to join the marijuana industry, and I took a huge pay cut. We don't make a lot of money doing this.
Yeah, especially Bud 10, you're kind of not reliant, I will say,
Like
but
I
it's
said, yeah,
like
it's an entry
tips,
level
like,
position. Yeah,
Yeah.
You're at minimum wage, which here in Oregon is like it's okay.
It just hit 1502
I think it's 15.
or 1505, something like
But then
that.
when you like factor in how expensive rent is in this town and how expensive, eggs were just at and all that everything else, it doesn't cover too much more than the bills.
Portland Metro 1630, but the standard
Corvallis,
1505.
Corvallis is standard.
So
we're
at
1505.
1505.
But yeah,
are you guys at a flat X plus minimum wage? Like my
wouldn't
my
say
guys,
that.
my guys all make 25 cents above minimum
I don't
wage
check.
base
I
after
don't
30
check
days.
my pay stub
Plus tips.
like too often. But when I do, I'm pretty happy with the number. So it's still above minimum.
You've also been there for 4 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm still
That's
happy
it.
now. But when I first started, it was, I mean, it'll never be what managing a burger restaurant would have been.
No. No.
'Cause even
I mean,
then-
I'll say this:
even
I
then
don't
without
make that
tips.
great of money either. I mean, I make pretty decent money considering I'm a single guy with no kids and I'm not married.
Yeah.
And sorry, as far as I'm aware, I have no kids. I haven't gotten that phone call yet.
oh my god.
But yeah,
Pull it a little bit closer.
neither of these industries are really designed to get you rich. But as long as you enjoy doing it, the
It is
money.
a passion project.
That's the
for
thing,
sure.
yeah.
But I enjoy making the money I make.
Yeah.
I could definitely go get a different job with the resume I have, and I could go make $90,000 a year in a month if I really wanted to, but I don't want to. I love my job.
Yeah.
You know, why would I leave a job that I'm good at, likes the work that I do, and I like the work that I'm doing?
That's kind of like where I'm at, is it's like I, enjoy working, I've been doing this shit for 10 fucking years, and it's just like, it's had its ups and downs, but I still...
Every job has something to bitch about. It's a job.
But I enjoy it, and, everything... This whole house and my whole living situation is because of the plant. And it's like,
Same with me.
I love
me
it.
and him and his wife. The three of us are the reason we have a good living situation.
Like, I won't lie.
Shout out to
is
Sheena.
it, like, for me, I do plan on doing something different with my career at some point. But for now, this is, it's been a great run. It still is a great run. And it's just like, it's like you said, it's like if you're passionate, then I fucking had a blast. Dude, the stories I have are endless with the shit. And I'm sure yours are too. And yours, and it's just like,
but
that's what makes it so fun.
That's any job that you care about. Because if you care about something, you're going to really indulge it into your life to an extent where you're going to live some awesome experiences
like
from it.
Living in an office, like counting quarterly margins and shit. Fuck that. Like,
I have to touch my keyboard once a week, and thank God.
Dude, I would hate my life. Dude. Like, yeah, no.
The worst part about my job is anytime I need to open my laptop. I'll say that. Like,
and what I always liked about the
that
weed,
and firing people.
Yeah, like what I always loved about like the weed game is it's like you're kind of it's like you're a rebel but in a legal way. It's kind of like being able to. I won't say like stand up to the government or anything, but it's like it's this thing that's been illegal and scrutinized for so long, and then you're in it, and it's just like the money's decent, it's cool, but it's also like being part of something that is like revolutionary in the way the government used to treat this plant. And so that's my whole thing is you're part of a fucking literal movement, like deep paycheck deep in it, like that's my thing.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I've had to ID police officers in uniform.
No way.
Yeah, and
like coming into your shop.
Yeah, I'm like ID please. And you serious? Like, I have to check everyone's ID. This is my job.
Yeah.
Hey, but I mean, respect to that. I had, the only reason I don't have to do that is because anybody can walk into my restaurant. But when I was working at the bar, if I really wanted to be a dick, I could do that. I mean,
and it's not even me about being a dick. I had to turn down an old elderly woman today that I know was of age, but I can't have anyone.
You have to have ID for them to be on that portion of the premises,
and especially with
have to have my ID.
That's one of the things that I feel like is bullshit because I can serve an old lady beer without her ID, but you can't sell her something that grows from the earth without her ID. I'm sorry, she's been around longer than these laws have existed. She's been smoking weed since, JFK got shot.
Since Jesus left Chicago.
Yeah, dude, fucking, and you're gonna tell her she can't because she doesn't have a piece of plastic? Fuck you.
Yeah.
I think that some of these laws.
I think the difference between, I'm not sure if this is the same in bars, but it wasn't this way when I was working at a growler fill station. But the OLCC is monitoring us at all times, or can monitor us at all times.
And lately they've been cracking down.
OLCC
really
OLCC always has a presence in Corvallis.
Yeah, but lately they've been really.
So the way
in the marijuana section,
in the weeds,
for sure. But as far as alcohol goes, as far as Corvallis is, they're always here. They're always randomly popping in places. They're always here. They have
and I've faced that before with alcohol.
For sure.
But with weed, I haven't seen it this heavy that they're doing.
Are they sending in random people?
No.
You see, that's the thing that
it's all on the back end. You won't see it.
We'll get it in like 6-week waves. I'll hear from my other manager friends that work at some of the other restaurants because, it's random who gets, audited first. But they'll send in a secret shopper that's 19 years old and has their real ID, and they'll do that to every single restaurant over the course of 6 weeks.
I've heard about
You might get hit once or 0 times, or you might get hit 6 times. There are some places that, are going to get popped because they have a history of not training their people. Thankfully, the last time we had someone come into Bowenvine and do it, one of my old shift leads was like, "You look like you're still in high school. Give me that shit." It was so he was so proud of it too, because OLCC came in like 5 minutes later and like handed him a letter like, "Hey, congratulations, you actually stopped this. We tried." Like they're straight up about it.
Yeah.
I forgot the guy's name, but it's the same guy that comes to
ours was a girl. They have a ton of representatives.
I was going to say, there was like a guy that like always came to ours and then also went to Cheesy.
I think they have people for different like sectors of the town because of how many restaurants and bars there are here. Like if there was one guy to do all of Corvallis, that's going to be one busy motherfucker.
Us being neighbors is not.
you gotta have a few people doing that job. Yeah. But even then, it's not. They're always around, but there isn't always a presence for alcohol. It sounds like there's kind of always a presence for you guys, but there's never like a direct fucking swarm of them.
So I only know this like from just what I hear like in the grow aspect. I don't know the dispensaries. I don't work with it, but I just know like the grow side. That lately, from what I've been hearing, like the Eugene area, all kind of up and down the I-5 corridor, which is where a lot of grows are, between Eugene and Portland, that they just show up and they're like, "Hey, we're here. We want to do an inspection," and you have to let them in. Mm-hmm. Like they might call you, but like from what I've been hearing is they just show up and they're like they got a couple people there with clipboards and they're like, "We want to see because what's been happening is a lot of these grows are growing more than they're allowed to. They're backdooring a lot of shit." And it's they're not using verified or certified pesticides, fertilizers, or their security is off. They're checking for all of that. And so, like I just heard this happen to a big grow down in Eugene, got popped. Fucking, they were growing like 15,000 more plants than they were allowed to.
Ooh,
and
that's a no.
Yeah, and so they're just like, "Nope, fuck no. Like we're gonna shut you down. We have to do an investigation, and then maybe you could open up." Most of the time, they take your license away, and then you got to start over.
Man, if 15,000 is the extra they were running, holy shit! How big was that?
That's worst case scenario.
One of our numbers was off on like one of the tags, like a barcode, and for that we get red flagged.
Yeah, like they'll give you they'll give you like if it's a minor fuck up like that, or I don't know, I don't know these people personally, but like from what I read and understood is that they got popped for growing way too many plants at a certain point.
Yeah, we didn't get popped, but they definitely like flag it. They call us. They're like, "Hey, we saw it," and we're like, "They're on this shit."
Yeah, you have to watch it. They do not fucking play games, because
you can't make a typo around.
Ain't this some other. It's crazy.
No one can make a mistake. We gotta be perfect.
Every plant, every leaf, every
another
stem.
reason why they don't let us get stoned on the job.
Yeah,
because then you don't know what the hell the difference between this and that is.
You want to get complacent.
Yeah,
but like it's it's funny because it's like the feds control it, the feds get taxes out of it, but it's still federally illegal.
Yeah, so go
ahead. So like they're not afraid to like fucking. Do whatever. It's pretty fucking wild. It's very nerve-wracking. Like that's why I've always been like, I want to start a business in it. By the time I was able to do that, the market was ruined.
It's hard for me to want to start a business in food anymore after working in both of the industries.
Right? It kind of turns you off. Maybe you're like, man, fuck this.
I was recently looking into culinary school, and I don't know if I want to do it for work or for pleasure.
Right.
Because I would like to do like some sort of school just for fun.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's an expensive fun, but Yeah,
I feel that. I've been thinking about going back for meteorology. I went to school for welding, and lately I've been getting into, getting back into weather. But I know what you mean. It's
and having another trade under your belt and stuff is just another.
Yeah, no, it's definitely. It keeps you, you keep your skills up. You're hireable. There's a lot of benefits to it.
And if you wanted to go on and do bigger things and start your own business, then you're kind of prerequisite there,
Yeah, you're kind of set for it. Yeah, it's but yeah, like you said, it's like at least here in Oregon, it's like, man, starting a dispensary.
Starting any business.
Any business.
They punish businesses
fucking
here in Oregon.
a pain in the ass. Like,
it's not easy.
here in Corvallis too is pretty fucking bad. But it's just like, man, like you guys all talk about how you want to support small business, you want to help these people out, but you guys make it impossible almost to do shit, and like unless you got clout or whatever the fuck, it's very hard.
I feel like more people from out of state come in and start businesses.
Well, it's people during when recreational cannabis passed,
right?
A lot of these California growers with millions came up here and they fucking they destroyed the especially like the black market value. They destroyed it in like 2-3 years. Pounds, you could sell them all day, like a decent pound on the street, 1,200, 1,600, maybe even up to 2,200 if it's that good. Oof. Oh yeah, dude. And then fucking
where?
Just
black market.
Back when rec was illegal, it was just medical.
Yeah.
Oh, word. Okay.
It was worth something then, but then legalization passed, and you had all Green Room was on their game.
Now, like a top ounce is 16.
Yeah,
or a top pound. A top pound is 16.
Yeah,
and that's like.
I have buddies that used to. I don't know if they still are, but they were sending pounds of dog shit to like New York and whatnot, Texas, and making like $3,000 a pound.
Dude, the South right now is pretty fucking hot. And so what I do is we do allegedly, but it's so we do like hemp derivatives. It's not exactly cannabis. I won't go into the details, but we're allowed to ship nationwide. We can't sell in states that are legal. It's only states that are illegal where it meets the Farm Bill criteria, which our stuff does. I won't elaborate further on that, but basically our product is being shipped all over the country. And
so you're talking states like Florida, Idaho,
Texas, Kentucky, fucking
Tennessee,
Kansas,
like the Bible Belt,
Bible Belt, and so people there, it's
Montana.
It's all Montana's legal.
Oh no shit!
Yeah,
really?
Montana's rec.
Way to go!
Yeah, Montana's ahead of the game.
My birth state. Shout out.
Yeah, no, they're legal. Who's really actually kind of pushing for that's kind of not talked about a lot is Oklahoma. Oklahoma
was med legal when I lived there.
Yeah, they're a solid.
I worked in a dispensary for a day and then got fired.
They are as red as red can be, but they actually are pushing closer to legalization. It seems like.
Well, I'm not
more than Texas.
I'm not surprised at all.
Like if you look at a political map, Oklahoma is beat red. That fucker doesn't have a stitch of blue in it.
The thing is everybody there's a fucking hippie or a redneck. Hippie, redneck, or you ride a motorcycle.
Yeah, I mean, what else do you got when you live in fucking
That's Oklahoma? The entire fucking, that's all there is to do there. I don't understand how Blake Shelton talks so greatly about that state. I'm sure there's a ton of awesome things I didn't see when I lived there or didn't hear about, because I lived in McAllister, of all places. And yeah, that town sucks.
As stupid as it sounds, I've always wanted to go to Oklahoma just because of the
weather, you're a storm guy.
The weather shit. Like
my god, the weather's dog ass. Fuck that place.
Yeah, but like I also just want to see what it's like. It's like, is it really that flat? Like that's what I want.
I'm not kidding you. So most cities have a hill in it or a hill nearby, and if you go to the top of the tall local hill, it's usually a viewpoint, and you can see for 10, 15 fucking miles. It's crazy how far you can see there just at almost any given time. Because look up a topographical map of Oklahoma real quick. There's little fucking hills everywhere, and that's it.
In green is about 2,000 feet. Is there a way I can zoom in on this?
Yeah, hit Control Plus.
Ooh.
Oh. Jesus.
Whoa.
There you go. Yeah.
So it's all about 1,500 to 2,000 feet above sea level.
But so you can see all of the micro ridges that are.
Sorry, my mouse died.
Oh yeah, no, you're good. Scroll up a little bit. You can see all of the little micro ridges that just run up and down
riverbeds.
Exactly. That's it. And
like right here looks like it's the fucking hilly.
Well, so I lived way over here. I lived, right in that area. 2-3 hours away from Dallas.
You ever see people post about this site? You're like, what the fuck happens here? The fucking...
in the Panhandle.
The finger pointing to the side.
I drove through it once. That's about all I remember. Was that I drove through it. Dude, honestly, there's not very many memorable things about Oklahoma, bro.
I would imagine not.
Way more of a 1%er presence than I could have ever imagined. There,
Like a bike club?
All of them
are
shit. Everywhere, bro. It's crazy. And I'm not saying that in a bad way at all. Some of my pretty dear friends that live down there are 1%ers, and they really taught me that, like, you know, it's just another type of family and brotherhood. Mm-hmm. And it's just, you know, they live by a different set of rules, but they're great and they're really nice people. Like, I still consider all of them family. I doubt they'll ever see this, and if they do, I love you guys. Mm-hmm. But, yeah, you know, society as a whole talks a lot of shit about them, but I think that...
You want another beer?
Sure.
Yeah.
That was easy.
Where's your Staples button? But, yeah, regardless, Oklahoma's a fucking... There's only a couple of reasons to live there, and you're usually born in those reasons in some way or another.
Yeah.
You don't move there unless
you don't choose to...
Unless it's for a job. There's a ton of... If you just need a fucking job, move to Oklahoma. If you don't mind just doing work, you can make $100,000 a year tomorrow if you go move there. There's so many jobs in the oil field, windmill farms, you name it. There is so many six-figure jobs all over the place, entry level, tomorrow.
Yeah, I like where we live.
Everywhere.
I like where we live.
Yeah, no, here's the thing is there's a reason you can buy a 3-bedroom house on 4 acres for $100,000 there. It's because nobody wants to fucking live there. Like the people that have lived there for a long time, the only reason they're there is because they've been there forever. They don't know anything different.
Yeah.
And you know, there's nothing against that life. It's just for somebody that grew up in Oregon, that wasn't the place for me.
No, I always like places along the coast because I feel like
you've lived fucking everywhere.
Yeah, but it's always been like, I was born in Minnesota, but everywhere else was like Florida, New York, here, and it's just like I feel like if I lived in the Midwest or somewhere landlocked, like even though it's like, you know, we're an hour and a half away from the ocean still, I just like being able to know I can go to the ocean. Versus if I lived in fucking
I missed it, bro.
Kansas,
I get what you're saying.
That would kind of fuck me up.
It did fuck me up, dude. That was the first thing I did when I moved back. It took me less than a week to go to the ocean.
Yeah.
Right when I came back.
I want to be in a place with an ocean, like access, like whether it's the Gulf of fucking Mexico, whatever the fuck.
Gulf of America.
The Gulf of fucking America, baby. But
freedom.
Whatever. It's just like, yeah, you know, like I said, it would be cool to be there for a while, like, you know, and to go chase weather, but that's about it, you know.
Hey, I'll say this, for you in that aspect, that would actually be such a great place because there's so many...
But it's only 2 to 3 months out of the year.
No, it's not.
Well, I mean, for the majority of the season.
So, I lived there, and there's constant crazy patches of weather that'll last for 2 weeks, randomly, throughout the year. I mean, when I was moving home, I moved home in like late March, early April of 22, and in my town, not even in my town, throughout half the fucking South, there was that giant ice storm. I don't know if you remember that.
Oh, yeah, I think I do remember reading about that.
Yeah, it was past winter. You know, once you're into March, April, you might as well be in spring.
Yeah.
And to get sub-zero temperatures, or whatever the fuck, how cold it was. But I mean, we had 10 inches of ice on the road in front of our house.
Well, that's been happening more lately. It's like, especially down in Texas, they're getting like heavy ice, snow. Like, there's a couple years ago where they had a huge ice storm and their power grid was fucked for weeks because it just wasn't built to be prepared for that.
Yeah.
And it's, you know, that's...
Talk about not being prepared. Fuck California. They don't prepare for anything.
Yeah, but it's like, it's getting further south. Like, fuck, last year, I think it was like in Jacksonville, Florida, and like the west coast of Florida was getting like 8-9 inches. It was like just one day weird event. They got like 8 or 9 inches of snow. Like,
shit! I thought you were gonna say rain.
No, in Florida,
How often? What's the annual snowfall in fucking Florida?
It's not any. You know, that was the first
0.
time. Let's see. Fucking. It's pretty crazy. Five inches of snow, and Milton recorded 8.8. Yeah, the previous record was set in 1954. So it was.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
While snow in Florida is a rare occurrence. Oh yeah.
Yeah, crazy shit, and it's like that just happened, you know. So it might happen again this year. Who knows? Interesting shit, but yeah. We drifted far away from whatever we were talking about. I lost track.
Well, yeah, we're just talking.
Yeah, we're just shooting the shit. Fucking. So, all right, I have another question about the dispensary thing. When you're getting, goddamn it, when you're getting like new product in, and like obviously like it for sure helps to know what you're talking about, because sometimes you go into a dispensary and you can tell when there's a bud tender that has no idea what the fuck they're talking about, like strain or sativa, indica. When you're getting a new strain in, like, do they ever like? What do they tell you? Like, do they even say anything, or is it just like, "Hey, we have this, we're selling it now"?
It's literally just, there you go.
There you go. That's it.
There you go.
No shit.
Like, I don't know. There's a lot of stuff online sometimes, and I guess we do put a little bit of if it's a flower, we'll put like a little bit of a description on there, which is for the customer, and the bud tender could totally read it too. But sometimes it's usually just kind of like get you feeling uplifted and giggly and blah blah blah.
Yeah.
But everyone's different, man. I've smoked stuff that's supposed to get you uplifted and giggly, and it made me scared and want to go to sleep.
Oh shit!
So it's like,
that's not fun when you get the scary high, dude. Fuck that.
Yeah, and it's like weird when you smoke everything all the time, and randomly something like that happens. You're like,
yeah,
what was that?
No, that's happened to me before. Like, I had to quit smoking for a while because, like, you know, I just got too high one day, and I thought I had to go to the hospital, and I was just like, you know what? I'm going to set this down for a couple months, you know, give it a little bit of a breather. But, okay, so.
But, yeah, we'll get stuff in, and sometimes, like, as soon as I put it on the shelf, people will be like, how is it? I'm like, I didn't just smoke it.
Well, you have no idea, yeah.
I'm like, well, give me, like, a day or two, you know, and I'll tell you how it is. But we literally, we have to, it's trial and error for the bud tenders and for the customers. Okay. And I was talking to a coworker about it today. Once you get like a nice rapport with like a bunch of customers and stuff, people just kind of come in and they're like, what do you want to give me?
Yeah,
you know,
what's good? Yeah.
What's good? Yeah. And it becomes easy to do my job.
That's how I shop. I just walk in and I just say, what'll get me the highest, and this is how much I want to spend. And 99% of the time, they're always like, I know exactly what you need.
That's me too, yeah.
But that's not going to work every time. If the person just started working there, they might bullshit you and just give you something that they find.
That's fine. I can't agree to that because I'm one of the proficient regulars, and I usually, when I'm there, there's somebody I know. So if there is a new person, they like, I don't know. I have a weird experience at Beaver Bulls because I'm one of the favorite regulars, I guess you could say. Angie loves me. And I have like a cultivated experience when I go there because I used to spend way too much money there. And aside from that, like, I don't know, I just really like you guys and everybody who works there. And sorry, I'm high. I forgot where I was going with that.
No, you're good, dude. It's like, yeah, it's the whole basis. No, yeah, bud tending, I think, is super, you know, underappreciated. And I think people will, like, if you live in a legal state, you know, help those motherfuckers out. Yeah. You know, like, seriously, it's like someone either, and I feel like people shouldn't be like, oh, well, you should get a better job. It's like, no, like, people, this is, you know, your passion. Like, this is what you want, like, people enjoy doing things, you know, like not everything has to be this whole.
It isn't just that, but like it isn't get a different job. Like this job needs to exist. Somebody needs to do this work. Like this is.
And I thought about that too. I'm like, well, what was stopping us from just doing like weed vending machines and like that you just scan your ID and like, yeah, I'm sure there's a way to fake that too. Like, you know, just
Yeah, hack
scan
the
any
thing.
ID. Yeah,
I can buy a printable, scannable
borrow
ID
an
right
ID
now
from
for
your
$100
older
bucks.
brother and scan his ID.
Yeah.
And yeah, you know, like we kind of have to be there for age verification. We kind of have to be there to protect the store from being robbed. But
Well,
on top of that, we are curators more than anything, and we remember our customers, and we remember what they like and what they're looking for, and we try the same product. Everything that they do, we pretty much do too in our own time, and they make it a little easier for us to try everything with a little bit of a discount and stuff like that. But
And I feel like just having that human element, like, no one wants to, like, I mean, I guess some people do, but, like, you know, especially, like, buying something like weed, it's like going to, like, a good brewery and having, like, the brewer be like, you know, this is the, you know, the hops, like, this is all the stuff, like, this is what went into it. Like, you just want that human interaction. I feel like...
I think it'll be even closer to that when we get our own farm on the shelf.
Right.
Yeah, we'll have our own farm soon here on the shelf, and it'll be like an in-house farm, which will be cool because I know.
Do you think that you would get into like helping with that, or are you just happy with bud tending?
I'm probably like, depending on what the, you know, stipulations are, I'm probably gonna like switch over because I've been doing bud tending for a while now. And
you should, man. Like, even if you can always go back,
right?
And
exactly. It's not like I'm quitting. I'm just
growing is a lot of, as long as you have good management, you know, that is one thing I've learned with all these fucking places I've worked at is if you have decent management, it's a fucking great time. If you have bad management, good fucking luck. But
that's every job. It
that's
relies so heavily on good leadership.
Yeah, for sure. But that's good. I think it's good to be able to get exposed to that.
Yeah.
How are the bosses of your work? Are they all pretty cool?
Oh, dude, yeah, fuck yeah, my boss. Yeah, I'm gonna try to get the owner on here soon to do a podcast, and because it's like, you know, I talk about like the weed and the cannabis industry, but like I said, what I do and what my boss operates is a different.
It's piece to potato.
It's weird shit, you know. It's different than like the
Can
cannabis.
you elaborate at all on the kind of job your boss, quote unquote, has? Or
well, he just owns a hemp. It's like how do I word this? Like, it's like a hemp derivative, hemp CBD product, you know, company, wholesale distributor. And
also processing plant though.
He has a lab under his wing, under his umbrella that he owns. Yeah, like he makes liters of Delta 8 distillate, you know, those other hemp derivative compounds, CBD distillate. We have, you know, gummies. It's basically everything like weed, but it's all product that dances around the laws and qualifies under the Farm Bill.
Yeah,
Delta 9 being the real one, Delta 8 is the
not.
So
yeah.
what's the difference?
Legal.
I've smoked
There's a
on
huge
both,
difference.
but
It's if you know what
Chris,
getting.
do you know what the differences
you,
are?
you might be.
Yeah, you probably have a little bit of
not
knowledge on
chemically
this.
the difference, but when you smoke
Okay,
them,
well,
the difference,
talking to in a customer point of view, I'm in front of you.
a lot of
asking
people
what
come
these
in
are.
and they'll see the D9 THC and they immediately think they're talking about Delta 8. They're like, this is the fake stuff.
Yeah.
But it's literally off by one number, and that is the biggest like misconception among the public.
But what is the difference though? Because I don't know. I just know they're different.
The difference is, well, do you know the difference between like, do you remember designer drugs being a big thing a few years back? I mean, they still are.
I remember them, but like,
if
what
you
do you
change
mean?
a molecule by just one branch, it is no longer that molecule, and therefore it's not illegal.
Oh, because it's now a different drug.
It's like a
It's a
fatty
different
acid
drug.
chain off of
Okay,
That's
it.
yeah.
literally what it is. It's like
Okay.
when people were spraying, you know, spice down with, you know, drugs, and people were smoking it and getting high off of the salvia or whatever.
I was just about to ask about salvia. Was that a designer drug?
No,
Not really. No, that's its own thing. This is a natural. It's a natural plant.
Okay, well, yeah, I know
Salvia,
it's its
dude.
own thing, but I didn't know if it was considered one because it like rode that legal line.
No, but that was one
because
of
it's
those
illegal
things
now,
that
right?
kinda- No.
I think you can still buy salvia.
Dude,
still
get
buy
fucking
salvia.
Jesus Christ.
Dude.
Yeah.
How haven't they outlawed that yet? What the fuck?
Dude, talk about a what? Anyway.
But, so, I still don't, like...
Okay, here, I'll put it like, as someone who's done it, it's... If you know what getting high is off normal weed, and then you try Delta
Obviously.
8, you will feel the difference. I don't even know how to explain it.
Well,
but
so like I said, I've smoked both of them. When I lived in Oklahoma, they were the only things I could buy as somebody that didn't have a medical card because it was only med legal.
Yeah.
But I was the exact customer that your company was catering to, essentially.
Uh-huh.
And I didn't feel literally anything. And I was told that was because I had a really high tolerance for real weed, quote unquote. Because I mean, this stuff isn't fake weed, but it's not weed. And that's pretty much my only understanding of it.
Yeah, it's, I don't know, you can call it like diet weed. But like, it's, you know.
I've never heard that
Like,
before.
I know
That's
how
actually
it's
pretty
made is like, you know, you take CBD that's been extracted from hemp, you know, it's distillate, and then you refine it. And I don't, you know, I'm going to get one of the lab guys on so he can actually explain it more thoroughly. But basically, it's distilled, and either they oxidize it or they do something that changes the chemical structure of CBD and alters it into a Delta 8 molecule. And
what's the one that's like the THC derivative? Like it's pulled from the THC itself.
That's just it's just Delta 9 THC. Like, you can't.
Is that where the difference lies? Is that the Delta 8 is pulled from the non-psychoactive?
Yeah, it's from CBD.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
You're taking CBD and you're fucking with it.
It is psychoactive.
And yeah, it is.
CBD is psychoactive.
No, Delta 8
No,
is
Delta 8
psychoactive.
is.
But
After
it's
you fuck
pulled
with
from a non-psychoactive.
Yeah.
But they, like I said,
Okay,
I don't know the exact process,
In a
but
way.
it's oxidized, and they do something that changes the molecule. And Delta 8 is very unstable. If you let it sit exposed to oxygen for too long, or just let it sit in the sun, it'll oxidize back into CBD or CBN. It's really bizarre.
Yeah, I learned that THC will actually turn into CBN.
CBN, yeah. If you let it sit out for too long, it, like if you have a 2-year-old bud and you smoke it,
Makes you sleepy.
it'll make you tired.
Yeah.
It's fucking because it's all CBN now. So if anybody out there, if you have trouble sleeping, get something rich in CBN, it'll knock you out.
All right.
Fuck yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Listen,
I really appreciate that. That answered a lot of my questions.
But like, you know, the Delta 8 thing, I don't even, you know, I've worked in it for fucking 5 years and I still don't even really understand it. But like, you know, these guys, they're killing the game, and you know, it's what really helps is that they can ship it everywhere where it's illegal, legally within the country of the U.S. But like,
they're not shipping it illegally because what they're shipping is legal.
well, it qualifies. Like I said, it qualifies under the Farm Bill Act,
Yeah.
and so it's like it's no worse than mailing you barley. I could send 2,000 pounds of this shit to your doorstep, and it's fine. It's fine. It's ridiculous.
That's awesome.
And like, you know, lately
Send
we
me a
have
pallet,
the high THCA hemp flower, which that's like even more complicated. I won't speak too much on it because I don't. Basically, how I understand it, and this might be wrong, but like the high THCA flower is like when it's growing and it's flowering, it's not THC. It's basically isolated until heat is applied to it.
Right.
And then once you smoke it, then it converts to THC and gets you high.
Exactly.
And it's, I don't know how the fuck that works, but like you see some of this bud.
It's magic.
THC acid. When I look it up, it was like THC.
It's acetate. I think
cannabinol acid or something.
Yeah,
like that.
some weird shit.
But it's exactly what you said. Once it's heated, it gets converted to THC.
And it's like you look at some of this bud we're
active
mailing. I'm
form.
like, dude, that looks like straight up fucking indoor. Like that looks like gas, but. Hey, the paperwork's there. You know, it's fine. I'm not doubting nobody. It's just like,
legal.
Like, bro, we're sending gas to people in Kentucky right now. Like, what the fuck? Like, okay.
So here's the question, though. I guess I haven't smoked this THCA or THC.
Yeah, you have, though.
Yeah, you have that
Yeah,
bud
you
in that
have.
jar.
this?
That's from my job.
You
Oh
have.
shit! Oh yeah, this stuff. Oh yeah.
Even
Can't
if you haven't
confirm.
there, You've smoked mine.
Okay,
I've had THC
And so that's the
crystals
thing.
before.
The high
Oh,
THC.
was that the shit in the little glass jar that sat on the workbench for like a month?
Long ago, probably, I've had like diamonds that were THCA.
Oh, I don't recall that.
Yeah.
But either way. No, but this, okay, so this is, oh yeah.
THCA. But like, dude,
I bet.
I'll be honest with you. As far as the oil, the dabs, and the gummies, that shit, I'm not all about it. But the flower, I smoke it, and I'm just like,
high.
it's not. I'm like, this
And
is.
we're all
it's the
thoroughbred
same.
stoners.
Yeah, I'm
at this
like,
point.
there's no difference. I was like, this is
Okay.
bud. Like,
Yeah.
this
Wow,
is
this is
bud.
bud.
Like,
I mean, you've had me fooled up until this point, and yeah,
The
I couldn't tell
insane-
I couldn't tell the difference until you just told
Right.
me it was there.
when
Yeah,
you get
exactly.
into the flower part of this, that's when it's like, okay, what are we doing here? Like, yeah, that's probably the ultimate dab be gone is eat a popsicle. At
Eat a
least
popsicle. It's
Yeah.
way better than a soda. I remember back in the day when we'd smoke a bowl and man, bubbles are the best way to get rid of cottonmouth.
You know what I found? Maybe not cotton.
But I don't get cottonmouth anymore. I haven't gotten cottonmouth in like 10 years.
I got cottonmouth this morning, Chris. Chris are the same.
No, I haven't gotten cottonmouth since I was a kid.
No shit.
Which I hate to say, since I was a kid smoking weed, but I started smoking from a very young age.
What I started.
Hold on. I'm sorry to cut you off. Are you okay talking a little bit about your upbringing?
Yeah.
Because you have you need to hear this shit, dog.
Whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, get into it, bro.
My family owned like a tobacco store. I'm not going to say where or what the name is, but
What state? Here in Oregon.
Here in Oregon.
Okay.
and we owned a tobacco store. And I was probably 10 years old running the register, which is legal, you know. There's no child labor laws against it. And if you're not handing over product that's tobacco related, you're just running the till. I can help my mom out, you know what I mean? So she was working and I was just helping out. My grandma, who owned the store, thought it'd be smart, I guess, to just pay me in cigarettes and cigars.
No way.
At 10 years old, yeah. So I became a pack-a-day smoker by the time I was like 12 or 13.
Whoa.
Yeah, to see a kid walking around just like nonchalantly smoking a cigarette around Central Oregon is kind of crazy. I didn't realize like how crazy it was. I did hide it a little bit, but like at the same time, when adults saw me and they would be like, "What in the fuck?" I would be a little bit thrown back because I'm like, chill out, right? And now looking back as an adult, I'm like, if I would have saw that, I would be like blown the fuck away.
Yeah.
But by the time I was probably 19 or no, probably 20, 21, I quit smoking and just went to vaping.
Wow.
I was up to a pack a day though of spirits.
Even back then, when
Those are long smoking cigarettes.
Yeah.
They take a while to finish. I went from like Marbs to Camels and those smoking seconds because all the accelerants in them.
Yeah.
But when you get natural cigarettes, they take a while to burn and they
Right.
cost a little bit more too. But I quit before it was like $7.50 a pack when I quit, and the law had just gone up from 18 to 21.
I remember that. Yeah.
And I was working at U.S. Market at the time, so I'm like, hey, like asking my coworkers, like, could I get you to buy me a pack? And they're like, yeah, like of course. What the fuck? This doesn't make any sense. You were buying a pack yesterday.
Yeah.
Just fine. So what is this that we can't sell you a pack? Like you should be grandfathered in. Everyone
Yeah.
was blown away, including me.
Yeah.
So everyone kind of supported that too. Maybe not. They
I think
shouldn't
it's
have been.
crazy that you can sign up to die for your country, but you're not allowed to buy a cigarette.
Oh
Right.
yeah, that always fucking.
Or a fucking beer.
Well, now I feel like if you grow up knowing that that's the law, it's a little different. It's
Yeah.
weird when it's like
I still think
you were buying them
I
for
still think
years.
it's crazy that you can sign up to die for your fucking country, but you can't buy a fucking beer.
Or at least here in Oregon, cigarettes.
Or either one, but like name another country that has a similar type of law. I mean, isn't Canada 18 even?
I think Canada. Let me double check, but I think it.
But I mean, most European countries, the rule of thumb is like as long as you can see over the bar, you can get a drink.
Yeah, on my 18th birthday, we actually went to Mexico, and I went to the bar.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I mean, it's it's just on your parents to teach you a responsible drinking culture at a young age, which is what my parents did. I was drinking at home at a young age, not getting drunk by any
check
means.
this out. So they have different ages. It's 18 years in Alberta, Manitoba, and Quebec. 19 years, and basically the rest of it.
Okay, but 18 or 19 still, not 21. I think we're the only fucking country in the world where it's 21.
Let me see. I'll find that out.
I remember when my brother got deployed, his first deployment was Japan, and he was 19, and that's what the drinking age was, and he was stoked. He was like, yeah, dude, I'm good to go.
I went and got my drink on my 21st birthday, but that was it. Just my one. I wasn't into drinking.
I blacked out.
By the time I was 21, I wasn't into drinking anymore, really. I'd burnt myself out. I had done it all, kind of.
Yeah.
Felt like.
Yeah.
Okay,
so U.S., Cambodia, Cameroon.
A ton of little tiny buttfuck islands. In the Middle East.
Iraq, Egypt, Ethiopia, Federation States of Micronesia, India.
India's full of treasure.
Kazakhstan, Lesotho, Marshall Islands. There's quite a few, but yeah, it's kind of like odd. It's all like island nations.
It's all places. It's all places that have an entire chokehold on everything you do.
It's weird.
Name a single place here besides the U.S. that has an ounce of freedom. I'll wait.
Go
through that list of
Indonesia, Iraq, and Kazakhstan. Like,
I can't. I don't recognize half of these fucking names.
Isn't that Kazakhstan?
Cambodia?
Borat?
Kazakhstan.
Prostitution's legal, but you can't drink till you're 21. What the fuck?
Yeah, that's weird. Yeah, it's like there's U.S. and then the rest. Like, yeah, none of the. It just seems weird that this lineup.
But every single, including the U.S., every single one of those countries has a chokehold on everything.
Oh, right here, Samoa says any age with parent. So if you have a parent there, you could drink if you're fucking.
That's good.
I have a baby.
I have a
Hey, Chris.
My baby wants to drink.
No, Chris, it's technically illegal to dip your pacifiers in whiskey for numbing. That's like an old school trailer park trick that I heard. Definitely alleged. And that's technically illegal because you're giving your infant child liquor on paper. But by that standard, any age with parent, how's an infant going to dip their pacifier in whiskey? It's the only place. That's the only sense I can see it being legal to do.
You should look up if it's illegal to dip your child's pacifier in whiskey.
Right, hold on. There we go. Having a technical difficulty there. Is it legal to dip a pacifier in whiskey?
Yeah.
Yeah.
God,
I'm pretty sure it's illegal.
I bet you it's not.
Like on paper.
I bet you there's going to be a bad parent and they won't even stop you.
This is gonna be weird.
Bro, you can't spank your child, but you can give him whiskey?
Uh-huh.
Is it legal to dip
a pacifier in liquor?
I was like, how do I even search that?
Without getting a red flag.
It's all fucking Google Images.
AI mode. Legal and health. Child endangerment laws.
Furnishing alcohol to a minor. It's an 8-month-old dude.
Contributing to the delinquency of a minor.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, yo, this kid is 7 months old, dude.
But that's the thing is, it's such a microscopic amount of alcohol in that all you're doing is giving them a numbing effect.
Well, back in the day,
and again, I don't know if my parents
make Orajel, you know.
Dude, hey, I'll say this. Like I said, it's a trailer park thing. A lot of those motherfuckers don't want to go buy that shit. They got
whiskey.
They got a bottle of scotch on the shelf. Fuck it. You're not getting your kid drunk. You're literally dipping it in it. And again, I don't know if my parents actually did this to us. It's just something I heard as a kid.
If you're 8 months fucking old, dude, like I feel like just that little bit is. I might not get the baby hammer.
There's no way it's gonna have any type of negative effect. You're barely covering the surface of a piece of fucking silicone. Silicone's not designed to hold liquid, dude.
No, it's not porous. No.
No, it's flat and it's. What's the word I'm thinking of?
Oblong?
No, it doesn't absorb liquid, it retracts it. It's...
hydrophobic?
Yes. Silicone is literally a solid hydrophobic. The amount of liquor you're keeping on the pacifier is so negligible.
Well, I'm sorry, but where the fuck did this come from? Like, what are we talking about, dude?
I don't fucking know.
I fucking lost track.
Dog, we're 5 beers deep. What kind of question is that? We also just took a dab.
I just wanted to know if it was actually illegal, and it probably is.
So that's the thing.
It is illegal.
Yeah, it's
severity of penalties: fines, jail or prison time, probation, even loss of parental rights. Sounds pretty fucking illegal to me.
Jail.
But again,
babies' livers are not efficient at processing.
Have you ever heard of somebody getting arrested for that? You guys hadn't even heard of it.
Yo, read this real quick.
Actually, you probably heard of it, Chris.
Immature liver function. Babies' livers. This is so fucked up to read. Babies' livers are not as efficient at processing alcohol as those of adults.
You're not processing alcohol. You're getting a fucking whisper.
This is like you're reading a dog eating chocolate.
Wait. Here we go.
Can confirm dogs eat chocolate and don't shit all over your house and die.
Potential for addiction. Introducing alcohol at a young age can disrupt brain development and increase the risk of alcohol dependence later in life. Ouch, that's rough.
I mean, that might make sense for why I am the way I is, but...
Dangers of using alcohol for pain relief. Despite outdated practices, medical professionals advise against using alcohol for teething pain.
Shit!
Okay, so that might have some basis of truth to it. Yeah, teething pain or as a sleep aid for dude.
As a sleep aid is definitely
sleep aid.
That's definitely getting your kid drunk.
That
is not what I am referring to.
Like,
no,
here,
I've heard
fucker.
dipping it in there
because I've definitely heard of giving your kids like NyQuil to put them to fucking bed or Benadryl.
You're supposed to do that.
That's and that's probably actually worse to give them like
or giving them fucking Benadryl.
You're giving they're off that beam.
Yeah, I don't know.
Dude.
It's funny. It's like weed is the worst. Alcohol is not that bad, but then like below that,
no
is
man.
NyQuil.
I have a couple
Is that
of
what we're supposed to
really
believe?
close friends that treat their children with CBD, and it has done fantastic things for them.
I believe that
these kids are severely autistic, have seizures, all these things, epileptic, and CBD has changed they've made them functioning children again.
Oh yeah, well I mean that's the story with Charlotte's Web, the strain. Like it was used for.
I've never heard of this.
Charlotte's Web is one of the first like actually scientifically studied strains. That it's a CBD producing, plant. That's all. It is hardly any THC, if any. But it's been shown to have the right, with a terpene profile and its concentrations of CBD, made into a Rick Simpson oil, which is basically like. For people that don't know what that is like you soak in alcohol, you let sit for a while, and then you strain it, and then you evaporate the alcohol, and you're left over with the hash, the oil of the plant in a rough way. Anyway, but that was, for some, like 90% of the studies, I think it was, and I'll look it up here just to be sure.
I used to not even boil off the alcohol. I would just take it as a shot.
Well, what we would do is you lay it out in a casserole dish and you just let it sit for a couple days.
I've heard like crock pot on low too.
Yeah, just let it evaporate naturally. But dude, if someone lit a lighter next day, go woof, it's all evaporating alcohol.
Word, okay.
Yeah, but
highly volatile.
They found that that was like where the big studies were done on like Parkinson's and epilepsy. Let's see if I can find.
Who's this Rick Simpson feller?
He developed a method for extracting cannabis oil in a super potent way that one of my favorite comedians, I think his name is Chris Porter, made a moment. He's like, this shit gets you so high, it actually scares the cancer away. But he's not wrong. It's like it's that potent where it's been,
I've tried RSO, and that's accurate, dude. I put probably a third of a 1,000 milligram syringe into a raspberry.
Dude, RSO, if you don't know, dude, that shit will fuck you up.
Dude, I was high for like 9 hours and puking for 4 of it.
It's
it was
no bullshit.
Fucking ridiculous.
Okay, that's what. Yeah, so the kid's name was Charlotte. That's where the name comes from. But yeah, this is like one of the first stories I got really. It was in like magazines and shit. At just 3 months old, Charlotte experienced her first seizure. Just having his.
Yeah, there's a video on it too.
Yeah,
because Colorado, it was in Colorado. They were fighting the fact that she should be able to use it to treat her.
Okay, I'll have to. Sorry, I'm gonna have to edit this out, people. But we can.
After a long battle with a rare form of epilepsy, she became a symbol of the possibilities of medical marijuana after our own Dr. Sanjay Gupta shared.
This is when shit really went down.
Weed, and he has more.
Can you turn the subtitles on, please?
For the last 20 years, I have straddled the world of medicine and journalism. And in both professions, I'm always reminded, stay objective, do your best work, but don't get too close. But with little Charlotte Figgy, that was impossible. She just had this way about her, that smile, that giggle, that just got you and captured your heart.
You remember me?
That was June 2019, the last time I saw Charlotte. And she was doing great.
Cheers, man.
Cheers.
Happy podcast. Shout out to Charlotte's
Thanks
Web.
for coming,
I
Chris.
can't imagine back then, imagine she'd be 12 years old. And seeing
She's
her
hot.
at 12 years old and what that looked like. She was dying.
When I first met Charlotte,
I think she's 13.
it was 2013.
Fucking Epstein over here, dude.
Medical marijuana called weed.
Pitter patter.
I'm talking about the
pitter
news
pat,
reporter.
tiptoe, creep crawls in the
That's
cave.
a dude.
We had heard about this amazing 6-year-old from Colorado.
A white
who
blouse.
had a rare form of epilepsy.
Okay, yeah,
had
she
a
was
seizure
6, so she was
every
younger than
30 minutes,
2019. I just
every
want to
one
make that clear.
Potentially fatal. No treatment had worked. And then one day, desperate, her parents gave her a non-psychoactive ingredient from the cannabis plant called
Weed, motherfucker.
cannabidiol, or CBD.
This is Charlotte's Web.
She didn't have a seizure that day. And then she didn't have a seizure that night. Yeah. Right. I thought, this is crazy.
And it was at that moment,
Oh, I didn't know that she
started to see
died.
that
Oh,
marijuana,
fuck. That's
which had been
sad.
considered dangerous,
A kid like
could
that
also
wasn't
be
designed to
a
live
therapy.
long.
No.
Unfortunately.
She changed my mind and opened my eyes to the possibility that this
I'm a
was a
believer
legitimate
that
medicine.
Unfortunately,
And in the
kids like that
process,
exist
she
to
changed the
bring
world.
to light the
Probably the
world's
most important thing
problems
I'll ever do
so
was
we can have
help
a
my
real
own
life
child and
experience
then
of it.
share that information and help others.
That
Charlotte
girl,
Figgy.
she's hot.
Charlotte's
The
Web,
entire
even though it's a CBD strain, is
wrapped
really
up
hard to
into a
get,
sweet
and it's
little girl
very
with a big
expensive.
smile.
Oh, I bet.
To find a
And
real
even bigger
genetic,
heart.
it's very
Her story
expensive.
changed policy about cannabis.
$50 a gram type
States
shit.
were
Well, no, a
inspired
clone
by
is
the
like
story
$200 to
of Charlotte
$300
Oh,
Figgy
shit,
and
for a
made
single
CBD more
clone.
That's
accessible
crazy,
around the
considering
United
clones in
States
Oregon run
to
for
treat
20
epilepsy.
Like $15.
Yeah.
And in turn,
And that's for
scientists
gas.
around the world
Rotary evaporator
wanted
ran
to
that.
study Charlotte's special CBD oil. Research that before Charlotte, no one really seemed that interested in doing.
I was begging researchers and physicians to work with us and help us understand the phenomenon that we were seeing, and they absolutely wouldn't even talk to us. We're laughed out of rooms. Now they beg to research our product.
She's happy and outside and this is her jam.
Charlotte lived her short life to the fullest. And while she was almost this mythical miracle, she was also just a little girl who loved to go tandem biking with her mom. And while the last month was not easy, she had symptoms of COVID-19 while never testing positive. She eventually developed pneumonia, which once again unleashed her seizures.
Wow.
Her mother, Paige, says Charlotte was still smiling and happy until the very end, when a seizure became more than her fragile little body could handle. Charlotte's life ended just as it began, in her mother's arms, surrounded by family who loved
her
her,
mom.
cherished her, and protected her. All forever changed by this little girl who forever changed the world, and everyone, like me, who were caught in her glorious orbit.
Wow.
Please
Who was
rest-
that
And
girl?
that is
Who was
why-
that girl in the dress next to her, Marla?
I think that might have been her sister or something, but that is why we do what we do. Like
And
that.
to Charlotte.
It
Hello,
is
how's it going?
because of her and Rick Simpson and some other people that you
know.
know if we are like to a degree, like obviously there's more than that, but they really
They were the people that paid the unfortunate price to pave the way for the right to be able to actually live.
like
Because that was the only way she was able to actually function as a human.
yeah until the very end.
Until the
And it's
very
just
end. Like it, of course, it got to a point where it didn't help, but that's because she was just detrimental from the start.
yeah, it's just bad.
But I mean, had that treatment been Because, I mean, they've been studying weed as a treatment since the 70s,
Yeah.
at least, if not earlier. And had this been something that's been legal the entire time, that would have been something that she grew up with as an infant.
Well, that's the thing, is with it being federally illegal, is no research in the U.S. was allowed to be done until that point.
It wasn't allowed to be done, but it was being done. There's no way.
Well, yeah, but there's no peer-reviewed articles. There's nothing. You know who has the most research on cannabis is Israel, because they legalized it first. They were the first ones to go like legal.
When did they do that?
They did that pretty early on, but they
like
had
this millennium, or was it in the 1900s?
I
feel so weird saying that.
I think it was like in the 90s. Let me see. Israel definitely was ahead of us on it. Let's see.
Israel legalization of weed.
Sorry, I'm not a good typer. Just so
Oh, you're
you
good,
guys-
homie.
I act like it, but I'm a shitty typer.
I've never used the AI mode on Google. That's neat.
Yeah, so 90s.
Okay.
Yeah, so they've had people like big time scientists studying it for a long, like they have a lot of our information comes from them, actually.
That's really cool. I didn't know that.
So, they're, especially being in the Middle East, is bizarre. Like that.
Is that where the term that Afghan weed comes from?
Well,
quote
there's
unquote.
Afghani Kush. Like in Afghanistan, pot grows
that's from
just
Afghanistan.
wildly.
But
Yeah.
like I've never heard of Israel being a place where weed even grows.
I think it grows there.
They don't have any Israeli Kush.
No, there's no it's all like Hindu Kush mountains that anyway. Yeah.
So they were they getting it illegally?
I don't know that. Yeah, I couldn't say. Let's see.
Because I mean that part of the world.
Oh wait, right here. They're world leader in cannabis research with pioneering studies dating back to the 60s. So that's even earlier. I didn't even realize that. Major exporter of medical cannabis.
Wow.
Growing at home is illegal, although police have indicated they may treat small-scale cultivation for personal use as a minor offense.
Yeah.
So if you can grow small-scale in your home, then you can definitely grow medical crops.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so, but yeah, I don't know.
I just wonder if they
all
have
their
any
stuff-
like natural outdoor, or if everything they do is greenhouse.
I think it's all indoor, like super controlled study indoor, or if it's
that would make sense
like,
considering the era when it was legalized.
Yeah, and also like the temperatures there, it's just not like geographically speaking, you're not gonna get like you might get good pot, but it's not gonna be like what we
It's
can
nothing that's gonna like anything because we grew up around the Emerald Triangle.
get. Yeah, no,
The weed that comes out of this part is the
this
best
is the
in the
best
world.
weed in the planet. Like this Emerald Triangle to Washington. I'm sorry, folks. It's the best. Like it really fucking is.
I
It's-
understand that there's good weed out there. That's fine. I'm not arguing that. But come go to fucking California or Oregon and talk to a real motherfucker that has weed.
If
and we will
people can
prove
give
wrong.
you weed that's grown outdoors that can
Yeah.
sometimes outgas this super chronic indoor, which I have seen.
It has to be outdoor
like,
because the whole point of the Emerald Triangle is
Is the
because of the
climate.
composition of the earth.
Yeah.
Of course, there's going to be some fucking, scientifically bred monstrosity of a strain out of Indiana or some shit. Like, yeah, that's of course going to exist. But as far as something that came from the earth, like I said, that's where the best weed comes from.
It's that mountain soil.
It's something to do with the fact that it came from the earth. It's that there's no way to bridge that gap unnaturally. You have to do it outdoor.
Yeah, well, on that note, we're about 2 hours in.
Holy
so
shit.
yeah. But Chris, I appreciate you. We just kind of went all over, but I feel like we got a good understanding of bud tending, and like to have you on again sometime. And yeah, this is a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Fucking learned a bit about how that shit works. Billy, you're always fun. Billy's always. You have been the most repeated customer, motherfucking the most repeated guest so far. So yeah, it's been a blast.
I will plan to hold that title.
Yeah.
If somebody ever surpasses me, you call me, and I'll do 2 sessions that
Well,
week.
I think it's between you and Kelly.
Well, this is Okay, for conversation's sake, I've been on 3 podcasts, so I'm at 3. Is Kelly at 2?
He's at 2.
All right,
but he's supposed to be on this week, so we'll see. But
okay, well, we might be tied, but then that'll just give me a reason to come over again.
well, again, thank you guys. You know,
love you, brother. You're wonderful.
You're the best.
Shout out, Jack. Jack is the man.
Thank
we love you,
Chris. Thank you again. You know, it's good to have you on. Appreciate it. But yeah, guys, support your local bud tender. This is that Hella Dank Podcast. We'll see you next time. Thanks for tuning in.